The night was unusually cold for early autumn in Pine Creek, the kind of cold that seemed to seep into the bones. Jake Miller, a lumberjack known for his strength and his love for the solitude of the woods, found himself alone at the edge of Old Mill Road, his truck idling quietly as he prepared for the night's work. Jake had always been at home in the forest, his life intertwined with the towering pines and the silent whispers of the wilderness. But tonight, as he stepped out of his truck, his breath visible in the frigid air, he felt a prickling at the back of his neck, a sensation he couldn't shake off. He was here to check on some of the more secluded logging paths, a routine he knew like the back of his hand. Yet, as he ventured deeper, his flashlight cutting through the dense darkness, the usual sounds of the night, the rustling leaves, the distant hoot of an owl, were absent. The silence was profound, almost oppressive. As Jake moved further from his truck, the cold intensified, an unnatural chill that made him shiver despite his heavy coat. He paused, shining his light around, half expecting to see something, anything. But there was only the dark curtain of trees and the occasional glint of frost on the ground. Then, he heard it. A sound, seemingly foreign, even to the forest, a mix between a howl and a scream, resonating with a hunger that seemed to echo through his very soul. Jake turned, his light piercing the darkness. There was nothing, just an eerie void where the sound had come from. His instincts, honed by years in these woods, told him to run. Yet something else, a curiosity or perhaps a fatal attraction to the unknown, made him step forward. He walked towards where the sound had come from, each step taking him deeper into the heart of the forest, closer to the old Native American burial ground, a place locals knew to respect and avoid at night. The air grew colder still, his flashlight now barely making a dent in the darkness. Then, from the shadows, he saw what he thought could be a figure. Tall, gaunt. Its presence, he felt, was like a void, drawing in the light, the warmth, leaving only a profound sense of cold and dread. Jake's breath caught in his throat. The figure moved, its step silent on the frozen ground. Its unseen gaze felt like it was fixed upon him, with an intensity that spoke of an endless hunger. He tried to shout, to run, but his body was heavy, as if the cold had seeped into his muscles, slowing him down. The figure advanced upon him. Jake felt the pull of that gaze, a compulsion to give in, to let go. But the survival instinct, the love for his family, fought back. He managed to turn, stumbling back towards his truck, his mind racing with the need to get back to Pine Creek. Jake felt a chill breath on his neck, a whisper of despair, and then he felt no more. His truck stood alone, the driver's door ajar, keys in the ignition, the only signs of Jake Miller's last moments in this world. That night, Pine Creek would lose one of its own, not to the forest, but to something far older, far more ancient. While Jake's encounter would be the end of his story, it would be the beginning of Pine Creek's darkest chapter.